So guys, welcome back to the channel. So Abraham Traore just expand his military in by ordering new vehicles, new armored vehicles, new weapons from China, and it's the Norinco VP-14S, as I seen on the screen there. Those are delivered to Burkina Faso, 100 of them, alongside weapons, ammunition, and also excavators. And as I can see, Abraham Traore is inspecting them, and these vehicles are monster vehicles. These vehicles is what is needed to help with his fight and of insurgents, and also to beef up his to beef up Obiang Traore's army so that he cannot be taken advantage of. And don't forget, he have a card with Mali and Niger, so they are building up the army so they have enough to defend and protect their citizens from any unwanted aggression. So as you can see in the video there, you see there's the vehicle that he bought, and you see it can withstand IEDs, road blasts, it can climb up stairs, it's all terrain, it's a V6 engine, and also it can withstand up to 7.62 armor piercing bullets. It can also withstand up to 8 kilogram of TNT. So that's a massive enhancement to the army. So they don't have to be driving in Toyota trucks. As you can see, these have these Toyota trucks and these pickup trucks and regular vehicles that cannot protect a soldier from having an issue in the battleground. And these vehicles can hold up to 9 soldiers per vehicle with 2 operators. And why I said that, because Burkina Faso have a couple thousand personnel, so they need multiple vehicles. And I said this is the first installment of 4, so they just mean you have to have at least another 300. But as reported, there was 2 countries he contracted to deliver weapons and vehicles to Burkina Faso. And the Narinco is Chinese made, so it's from China. I don't know. I think it's the Russians he have another it's a signed a deal with to deliver the other vehicles. So, and also the brown ones are the same Narinco vehicle but VP, but it's not the 14, it's 11. It's a little bit less um tactical than the green ones. The green ones is way more stronger than the brown ones. But the fact still remain, he's beefing up his army, and that's key. Why? Because it deters attacks. It also makes sure he can protect his citizens, which he already is doing. He just acquired 30 more drones and helicopters, and he did put them to use recently when he attack and take out I think a couple hundred insurgents on the north part of Burkina Faso, which was brilliant. So anyway, so as I can see there on the video there too, that's the AK, the new AK version. I don't want to go into details because YouTube saying of a new policy now you cannot describe weapons on the channel. So anyway, so that's the one that's mounted on the roof, and that's the one that you know to take out like 50 cal and some of those kind of thing with big drums that can handle a lot of magazines. And the sniper grenade bullets, that's also in the video there. It can fire at a great distance and it explode on impact. So that's also another arsenal in the army that will come great in attacking insurgents. And this you can see in the demonstration that the guy is doing there. As you can see, that's what's needed. You can take out multiple targets at once, sniper style. So again, the beefing up of the army is needed because that's what was hampering African nations from protecting themselves from other invasion, from having army bases from America, Germans, and in the country. Because why? They don't have the means or the necessary tools to combat attacks, and they cannot like tell the Americans leave because they don't have no defense. The army is not as strong when it comes down to these um things in the arsenal, like different vehicles, the armored vehicles, the heavy equipment, the big guns, the and also Abraham Traore did receive weapons, but he refused to show them to the media, which I applaud big time because you cannot make everyone know exactly what you have. That's very strategic, in my opinion. You cannot just be showing everybody your entire arsenal. No. We have things hidden that will surprise you when they try to take us on. And these three Sahel countries are sharing these. It's not just for Burkina Faso solely, it's also for the cooperation they are taking on with the AES Sahel group to combat insurgency, because again, they just Mali and Niger just take out a big chunk out of the insurgents in each country. 'Cause when Burkina Faso attacked them, the one that escaped ran to the borders of Niger and Mali, and then he contacted them, and they have a coordinated attack where they also take them out while they're trying to escape via the borders of these countries. So this is how this is how cooperation works, and this is what African nations should start to do. Stop spending money on luxury flights, flying out of the country. Every time an African president travel, they spend more than $1 million every single trip. So can you imagine if they're taking 10, 12 trips for the year? Perfect example. President of Kenya, President Ruto, racked up over 6 billion shillings in 1 year, in 9 months, from just traveling. But yet he's saying the country have a financial issue, but yet you're spending all this money traveling all over the world. Why? It's not necessary. And they travel with 30 people, 40 people. If you feed them, if you put them up in hotels, if you get vehicles for them to travel in, that's millions of dollars being wasted. Anyway, let's get back to Burkina Faso. So he also bought excavators, which is not only be using for wartime, it will also be used to take on large projects as well. If you want to make a factory, if you want to have bad terrain, you want to build roads, you can use those things to dig your way through, find your path and make your road, build a factory, build homes, infrastructure, build a dam, you know. So he's not only spending money on the military, he also, um, 2, 3 weeks ago, he spent 78 billion CFA franc buying tractors, um, water trucks, um, tillers, plowers that plow the ground. Like 78 billion dollars was spent on agricultural machines, fertilizer, seeds. So he's not only spending money on his army, but he's doing a very good job because he does not have a salary of a president. He's still collecting his salary as a the head of the army. And he does not buy any new vehicles. He's still using his camouflage. He's still using the armored vehicles that they have for transportation, and his ministers as well, because they don't have no fancy cars where you see other presidents bought and flashing and buying big homes and doing all this. I'm sorry, does not do that. He spend all the money on his citizens and protect for protection and for feeding. And he also stated, Burkina Faso are death, which means he will defend the country literally, physically, by going on the front line, because he's there on the front lines. He's not in his office sitting down nowhere. He's there with his comrades, with the brothers in arms, fighting for the country. And the man said, "Land or death." That's what he said. That's his words. Burkina Faso is like imprinted on him, and he's making other presidents realize that what you have been saying for all these years is not so. It's quite the opposite, because if I can get things done within 2 years, why have you not done anything in the past 20 years? And this is why he's a beacon on the continent. Abraham Traore, one of the kind, and what he's doing, he's making other presidents feel, um, what's the word? Feel inferior for what he has done and what they could have done, but they choose not to because of their um subjugating themselves to puppetry through the Western countries and other European nations instead of working for their citizens. And we have been seeing it because he has exposed all of this. So shout out Abraham Traore, Burkina Faso president, the man, one of my newfound hero. Period. Abraham Traore. That is the man that we're gonna change the face of Africa, because they're gonna have. He set the blueprint. Now we're gonna have president who have to follow in his footsteps by not racking up debts of billions of dollars instead and borrowing money from the IMF and the World Bank and all this, going in debt to the Chinese or the Americans. I know whichever what they're doing. This he's showing the way of how we can get things done without getting all this help from no one and protecting themselves from every and all attacks on his country. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. As always, I don't know. Tell a friend, like, comment, share. Boom.